Tune into this week's weekly video fishing forecast. We have coverage on the first digital edition of Fisherman magazine for the year. Lots of great content in there. Suffolk Marine is also having their open house this Saturday. We're going to give you coverage of what you can expect from that. And we also have reports and events from around the island.
The ultimate fishing authority in the Northeast, the Fisherman magazine.
No guessing, just catching. New Explore Series fish finders keep you locked on fish with unbeatable clarity, best-in-class imaging options, and a stunning ultra-bright HD screen. There's more to explore, only with Humminbird.
We have a special event going on down at Suffolk Marine in Babylon here this Saturday. They have a big open house. They have Regulator, Sea Hunt, Jones Brothers boats as well. And they're going to be doing a giveaway too. Alex from Suffolk Marine is going to give you more information on that. Alex, tell us about it.
Enter to win our giveaway. Make sure you're following us both on Instagram. That's the Fisherman Magazine and Suffolk Marine. One lucky winner will be chosen, be able to shop in our tackle shop, win some great swag, and the annual subscription to the Fisherman Magazine. So make sure you're following. Full giveaway details are available on Instagram if you're following the Fisherman Magazine and Suffolk Marine.
The first digital edition of Fisherman magazine is out now. We have a bunch of great stories for you. The inshore column is targeting the first place to target big stripers in the area. Then we have a piece on bluegill fishing, and we also have one for freshwater jerkbaits for trout. Check out that and more.
Marine Made of Lindenhurst is holding their annual spring sale March 22nd through April 5th. Bottom paint from $79.99 per gallon. Save big on engine parts, outboard oil, cleaners, waxes, and more. Daily raffles and your chances to win big prizes. Shop online from Manhattan to Montauk next day delivery. Visit marinemade.com for all the details.
Next up, we have an open boat episode for you with Jenni Ackerman from the Fisherman. She goes over the rod that she built in the March issue of the Fisherman magazine. Jenni, what do you got for us?
What's up, Mastering Rod Building community? Coming to you live from the 2025 New Jersey Saltwater Fishing Expo, and I'm delighted to be joined by Jenni Ackerman. And if you don't know Jenni, it means you don't read the Fisherman magazine, which is an awesome source. But she also did this remarkable article about her first rod, and it may be the best first rod build I've ever seen in my entire life.
Oh, thank you.
Jenni, how are you? Welcome.
I'm good.
Yeah, so I heard this story. I heard you were going to be building this rod, and then I saw it and I was like, this can't possibly be your first rod, but it was, right? So she wrote a big article for the Fisherman magazine. Tell everybody a little bit about the Fisherman.
So the Fisherman is the #1 fishing authority here. We have the New England magazine, the Long Island, the New York metro area, and then New Jersey, Delaware Bay. So we cover the whole northern, eastern coast with saltwater, freshwater, everything.
Yeah. And it's not only print, it's available online
digital too.
Right?
Yeah, you get a weekly digital for the months of the spring and the summer and a little bit into the winter. So you get content every week.
That's awesome. And so this particular issue that we're talking about, and they have a ton of great content, is the March 2025 issue 3, volume 53, custom art and rewards. So talk to me about this process of how you set out to build your first custom rod, which is unbelievable, by the way.
Thank you. So working at Grumpy's Tackle, you have access to all these different rod building materials with Bobby, and Bobby taught me.
He's the best.
And we picked out a blank, and I was like, I want one that I can catch fluke with, blackfish, I love my blackfish, and then even some like smaller stripers.
Yeah.
And
so this is a St. Croix
Legend
SC5
Extreme.
Legend Extreme blank.
Discontinued, unfortunately, but it's an excellent blank. It's one of the best. I love it.
Gorgeous blue color.
Yeah, you can guess my favorite color.
Yeah, you got a custom painted skeleton seat.
Yes,
You got custom wind grips.
Oh yeah.
You guys have to see this thread work. She did a very, is that a shooting star? It is an elaborate 2-axis, completely closed and shaded decorative thread wrap. She did a beautiful job, beautiful guide wraps. She's got a KL train. It's like really, really well done. So how did you get into building in the first place? You working at the shop, you have access to the components.
Seeing everything Bobby did, I was like, I want to build my first rod, and he's really good with like planting the seed and getting you started. He's like the devil's advocate, because once you get into it, you can't stop. And so far I built 11 rods, but I did,
but this was the first one.
This was the first one that started it all. So.
How long did it take you to build this one?
So I did it like after hours working, so maybe like 3 weeks, I feel like. quick, but there was a part where like Bobby left me on my own to do the decorative wrap. I wrote down every step on a piece of paper and I zoomed through it on my own. And he came in, he's like, oh my God, you did it all. I'm like, yeah.
We're gonna post some close-ups of this thread wrap.
Definitely.
And see some of the details. The finish work is really, really good. So you built 10 more since this.
I made a koi fish rod. It looks like my koi in my backyard.
Oh, that's awesome.
I made some nice surf rides. I worked with like paracord and making like the knots and everything on some other ones. So I tried to do like a ton with this stuff.
I tell people all the time, the best rod builders are women. And I've taught a lot of people to build, and the female builders are often the fastest learners. They're patient, they have a great eye for detail. Sometimes they're already crafty. And I don't know if it's getting their nails painted or what, but they understand what we're going for with like a good final finish coat. I'm literally, I see tons of people's first rods. This, I think, maybe the best first rod I've ever seen in my life. It's very impressive. And you've taken it fishing, it works.
It does work. It does catch fish. It does work, yeah.
That's awesome.
Thank you.
So what would you tell any other lady anglers or women that are thinking about, girls thinking about getting into rod building? Like, what have you learned? What would you tell them to get started?
I would say just to do it. You have your bragging rights to say, one, you fish it, and then two, you're catching fish on a rod you built. So that reward, like the title of my article is creating art and its reward.
Yep.
That reward is the fish you catch on your rod, because you take a picture, like the picture of me with the fluke, I'm holding that big fluke in front of me, but my rod is right there. That was a bigger one. That was like that was like an 8-pounder too. So it's like I don't even care about the size of the fish. I'm just happy to catch on my rod that I built. So it's that reward.
You try to tell people, like I've always found that the time I spend at the bench, it's like being close to fishing even when you can't fish, right?
Yes.
And it's hard to explain like the pride you get and the extra engagement, kind of joy you get out of catching on something you built. You know, that you took through like the design process, selecting the blanks, selecting the components, going all the way through to building it. It's just so rewarding, and especially when they turn out like this. This is truly a beautiful rod.
Thank you.
This would have been very competitive at the ICRVE rod competition this year. And
it was there a couple of years ago.
Well, it would have done very well this year. So
we'll bring it back.
Yeah,
well,
that's
next
awesome.
year we'll bring it back.
Well, so nice to meet you.
Pleasure,
and well
Bill.
done, and thank you so much, and thanks for everything the Fisherman does.
Yes.
If you guys haven't checked it out, check it out. Check out Grumpy's tackle. Try to avoid Grumpy. Try to work with Bob or somebody else who's less grumpy.
Yeah,
but,
and keep looking at the magazine too, because we do the Fuji sponsored articles on rod building all winter long.
Yeah.
We just had Mike Garone, who's over here on the booth on the other side. He wrote an excellent article with us. Might be a little familiar. He wrote for us, and we have more to come because we want to get our readers and other anglers into rod building. And with your help, they can reach out to you and get all the thread and all the other ingredients that they need to make their beautiful rod here.
Awesome.
And we want to get more people into it.
I can't guarantee that everyone who builds a rod will build a rod this beautiful, because this one's really exceptional, especially for a first rod, but that's awesome. Thank you so much for your time. It's great to meet you, and we can't wait to see the next rod you build.
Awesome, thank you.
All right, we'll see you next time.
In the famed waters of Panama awaits a fishing experience like no other. Tropic Star Lodge welcomes anglers to get in on world-famous fishing action. Plan your perfect trip today. Tropic Star Lodge, the ultimate in fishing adventures for more than 60 years.
Let's move on to some upcoming events from around the island. Starting off, we have the big sale at Marine Made in Lindenhurst. It ends this Saturday with their 10th event. Manufacturer reps will be on hand to answer your questions, and of course, hot dogs and sodas will be served in the tent. Can't make it? No worries. You can order online at marinemate.com for next day delivery from Montauk to Manhattan. Also, as we previously mentioned, on April 5th, Suffolk Marine in Babylon Village will be having an open house where they'll be showing and test riding the new line of Jones Brothers, Regulator, and Sea Hunt boats. The event is from 9 a.m. to 3 p.m. And to cap it off, on April 5th is the Belmont Spring Fishing Festival from 10 to 4 p.m. Great event for the kids. They're stocking the lake. Thousands of trout are going into the lake for this event. A bunch of different people are going to be there. The Fisherman magazine is going to be there as well. We are going to be doing sign-ups one last time this year for the magazine, and we are going to be also offering the great deal on the pliers that you have seen at the previous shows. So you sign up for the magazine, you get a pair of these pliers for signing up I hope to see you there.
Looking to upgrade your electronics? There's no better time than now. Marine Mate and Lindenhurst and Garmin have big savings on the GPS map touchscreens like this 9-inch unit for only $12.99. Or how about this 7-inch EcoMap keyed unit for only $5.99? Get down to Marine Mate now to see the full line of Garmin units with unprecedented savings. Shop online from Manhattan to Montauk next day delivery.
All right, let's head over to the map. I'll tell you what I've been hearing recently as far as reports go in the area. Starting off on the South Shore, there's been some early spring action. It's a little bit slow, but there are some school bass in the tidal creeks, and I heard the Smith Point Bridge area had some fish as well. Some of the shops said stripers up to 18 inches have been caught and released on soft plastics, especially while white perch fishing up in the Carmens, up in Connecticut as well. On the outside, there's been a few small ling and cod available when the weather allows for it. Moving on over to the North Shore, we got a report as well. It's slow, but it's sure that there are striped bass starting to trickle in on the scene. Some microfish to school size. However, Mike at East Coast Bait and Tackle and Duffy's Blaze said as well that there are some better fish showing up inside the Little Neck and Manhasset Bay, as well as Hempstead Harbor. There are a few fish on the backside of Cold Spring and Huntington Harbors. However, Phil from Cow Harbor and Rob from High Hook did say they are a couple weeks away from some significant bites down to the eastern end of the island. Of course, the east end has been quiet. However, the Peconics should be coming alive by the end of the month with scup, weakfish, and stripers. We have a freshwater report for you too. John at J&J Sports in Patchogue, he said the lakes are finally all stocked. Just up the block at West Lake, brown trout were put in at the end of March. Also, they're going to put more fish in April. Many anglers are saying there's a lot of fish being caught from there, as well as Canyon Lake in Patchogue. The best lures for them have been Castmasters in gold and silver, Blue Fox spinners, Thomas lures. Anything gold has been working really well. If you don't feel like throwing lures, he said night crawlers and small shiners fished under a float are working good too. Yellow perch are also keeping anglers busy at Great Patchogue Lake. Fish a night crawler under a float, that is a great way to fish them. Also, you could try some live shiners for the bass that are in Great Patchogue as well. And Phil from Cow Harbor also threw in a freshwater report. He's up in Northport. He did say some of the lakes up his way have been stocked. That includes the Twin Ponds, great place to fish. Rainbow and brown trout were put in there. Again, the usual gold, small Castmasters, spinners are all working well in that pond too. And if you do have a notable catch, email me at mbroderick@thefisherman.com. I'll try and get into the weekly video fishing forecast or the magazine. And keep in mind, we are looking for lifestyle shots for cover photos for the magazine. So that means a vertical format, no blood in the pictures, great fish, high resolution. If you do have shots like that that you think may be cover worthy, send them to that email. I may get on a digital issue or even a print issue. Hope to see them. From Northport, the Cow Harbor Bait and Tackle Report.
Hey, this weather's seen a lot of people come down to the shop, checking out the new gear that keeps coming in every week, dropping off their stuff. We're staying pretty busy with all the service department and hanging out with people. It's really great to see, and thank you for your support of our family business. On the fishing scene, the freshwater is doing well. You know, there's probably a lot less people out Connecticut now that the ponds are all stocked with a lot of these rainbow and brown trout. And it's great to see there's other freshwater fish varieties out there. Make sure you have your freshwater license, because DEC's out doing the ponds and making sure everybody's watching those regulations. Also, it just ended. If you didn't get your 4x4 pass on the 31st, unfortunately, that's out until I think it's September. So find a friend and jump in their truck. As well as on the local beach scene, there's definitely been some schoolies starting to get caught. So that's nice. It's mostly on the warmer days, I have to say. It's a lot of bait in terms of spearing in the middle of the bays, starting to filter into the back of the harbor, but not much, mainly staying out in the bay. I would imagine they're going to start heading over to this eelgrass and everything as you see the temperature, because this is going to be the spawning time for them. We're keeping an eye out for shrimp. Haven't seen any shrimp yet. But I would imagine they're going to start stirring, and this is that time when the eels start moving as well. So we're going to see things. The season's just starting out locally. I don't see too many people flounder fishing, but they're giving it a try. We're stocked up. We've got bloodworms, live crabs. Blackfish season started on the 1st, so got people trying that out now. It's as long as the weather is cooperative, definitely you've got a lot of eager fishermen out, and we love seeing them at the shop, and it's fantastic. Get out there, have some fun. I'm going to be hitting the beach soon, and until next week, I bid you all peace and tight lines.
With our fly and freshwater report, we have Paul McCain from River Bay Outfitters.
Hello, Matt. Well, here we are in the early spring, and it feels like early spring. We got a lot of wind today. It's going to be a good season, though. I just feel it in the air. I've been hearing reports. Stripers are starting to move into the back bays, especially the western part of the island. Look for those bays. Look for those bays that are actually low tide during the middle of the day, and let that sun really heat up that mud, and fish towards the afternoon. So when the water's coming in, right, the fish will come in. The fish like to come in into the shallow bays when they warm. The warmer water will be in the back bays. That's what we're looking forward to. I have been hearing of a few, and I've been seeing a few posts of stripers, but not a lot. Now, as far as freshwater goes, well, the Connecticut, of course, has its good days and bad days, mainly because of the crowds. But that's going to end now that all the beach permits are valid. You can get onto the beach and just start doing some saltwater fishing. So that's going to take a lot of that crowd out of the park. As far as if you really don't want to do it, there's plenty of options. I mean, we have options. There's a lot of streams on Long Island, the Carls River, the Carmen's River. All these streams are open. The Nessaquag River. They're going to start taking away some of the pressure that other streams have, that the Connecticut absorbed all winter long. Of course, you can always take a ride upstate. The streams upstate are coming down, and they're doing pretty good. I'm looking forward to it. That's what I would suggest doing. As far as everything else, like I said, it's early season. Stop into the shop. I can give you plenty of information, set you up with the proper flies, and look online for our trips, our bucket list trips. We still got a couple spots left open on an Alaska trip. So please join us and fish with me, and we'll have a great time. Till next week. Tie lines, everybody.
From the Western Sound, we have Nuno Decosta from Tyalure Tackle in Rye.
Hey guys, Nuno here from Tyalure. Thanks for having us. Another crazy week of weather, not allowing these fish to really settle in and dial in. Blackfish season just opened up on April 1st. We have flounder going. Few reported catches coming in, nothing crazy as of yet, but not a lot of guys going out. The weather has not been great. As we look to the upcoming weekend, we have some severe weather coming possibly this weekend, and maybe after the next moon, we're going to start to see things really click and go. A few fish being caught in the Hudson. Down Jersey, seems like the reports are getting better and better as the weeks go on, so it's only a matter of time before it happens here. We do see some more bait staging in the area, so I think we're a week away from maybe things starting and maybe 2 weeks away from things getting really going, which is usually the case for us around opening day, April 15th, when things really get going. Currently have the green crabs, the bloodworms. As soon as the bunker is available, we'll get the fresh bunker in. And all the other frozen baits are also in, guys. So current hours remain 8 to 5 every day with extended hours coming soon. Check us out on the web also, Tyalure.com, guys. Tight lines, catch them up this season. Let's go get them.
Let's check in with Max Finch from the Connecticut side of the Western Sound.
Hey everyone, Max here from Fisherman's World with another local fishing report. This past week, the Housatonic continues to get better with the upriver bite really starting to fire up as we move into April. We heard some whispers, some herring starting to make the way up to the dam. This could be hit or miss, but the spring herring really starts showing up in the month of April. It's not just the Houstonic that gets to run. Our local rivers like the Norwalk River, the Saugatuck River, and smaller little streams of rivers also get some herring runs. So if you want to try to get away from the crowds, it can sometimes be real worth it to venture out and start to hit some local, herring runs, and you'll be surprised the quality of bass you'll find in these small streams and rivers. Other than that, the Norwalk beaches continue to put out some fish. We've seen a lot of slot-sized fish, and I did see a picture of a fish up to 35 inches caught in Norwalk Harbor on a bloodworm. You can fish Norwalk Harbor and then Norwalk Tidal River all the way up to Wall Street. This is a really good spot for early season stripers. And to our west, down towards the Throgs and stuff, we're starting to hear some 30-inch class fish, getting caught more frequently. And this should continue to get better as the fish start to make their way to do their spring spawn up the Hudson. On the freshwater side, the streams and rivers are fishing really well. Remember that it's harvest on April 12th it opens up, and the Saugatuck Reservoir also opens up April 12th. Thanks and good luck.
Raul Ortiz has a report from around the city.
Hey guys, Raul Ortiz here, the Urban Angler with my report. Well, it was a cold winter, guys, but we're off to a slow start this year. Fish are being caught all around the city here, on the East River, western part of the Long Island Sound, and the North Shore as well. But just fish are not here in big numbers. These are holdover resident fish, guys. So in a few more weeks, things should really heat up. It might be over for the North Shore by then, but who knows what's going to happen. Along the Hudson River, you have fish being caught from schoolie size to about 30 plus inches. And I really haven't seen nothing bigger than that. And I'm sure further north from Tarrytown, there's fish being caught now as well. Most of these fish on the Hudson River are being caught by bloodworms, not with lures at all. But around here in the city, plastics, Joe Baxwaters, SP minnows, the usual tactics that we use as fishermen to try to catch these fish in the beginning of the season. That's what's going to work, and that's about it, man. It's a very slow start. Hopefully this rain this week gets things going, and as the weather gets better, the fishing is going to get better as well. It's not the same every year, guys, so just put in that time and eventually you'll get rewarded. Tight lines to all this year. Good luck. I hope you all have a great season, and I just want to give a shout out to my buddy Brandon, Scott, Steven, and Mr. Poseidon. Thank you for the photos and videos that you sent me. Keep in touch. Tight lines. Good luck, and back to you, Matt.
And if you are looking to be a part of the weekly video fishing forecast, we are looking for social media savvy anglers that can do hyper-local reporting from around the island. So whether you're a tackle shop, a captain, or just an avid angler, contact my producer at libayrat@gmail.com. Don't forget, this video is available as a podcast on Google Music. Search for the Fisherman Magazine podcast and subscribe so you can listen to this broadcast along with our other content. Well, there you have it, folks. That's the report for the week. The weather's getting a lot better. It's just fish are starting to show up in all places around the island. A lot of events going on this week as well. We have the event here at Suffolk Marine. Marine Mate in Lindenhurst also has their event going on. The last day to take advantage of that. And I will be at the Belmont Spring Fishing Festival. Sign up for the magazine. Your last chance to get the pliers. If you do sign up, come to one of them. Hope to see you at one of them. See you next week.
Are you the best angler in the Northeast? Well, now is your chance to prove it. The Fisherman's Dream Boat Contest is back. Win this Steigercraft center console powered by Yamaha along with these other great prizes. Fish hard and weigh in as many of these species to be top on the leaderboard. What's the catch? You must be a subscriber